Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. We were going through the songs sung by Naren, the would-be Vivekananda, and we saw the devotion is taking its shape till in your heart the nectar overflows. With beaming face chant the sweet name of God. Till in your heart the nectar overflows. We saw in various ways the depth of divine love. When we try to transcend this nature, both our internal nature and external nature, we see that transcendence becomes impossible. Small habits, small things catch us, make us helpless. Each time we stand up and say, yes, I have gained little strength, another desire comes and makes us fall down. Again back to our animal nature. So transcendence becomes impossible. Again and again prayer, constant repetition of God, God's name, His glory, His compassion, stuti, go on praising. In so many ways we fill our awareness with divine. In divine awareness, slowly we raise our consciousness to higher levels of existence. What do we mean by higher levels of consciousness? We are accustomed to pass through the three states of consciousness: waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. We wake up, we are in a particular state of consciousness. When we sleep, the whole thing disappears and we land in another dimension entirely unrelated to this, and nobody else knows what I am experiencing or seeing in dream state. From there I enter into deep sleep, where there is total absence of all things I know, and these are the three states of consciousness. I am in deep state consciousness. What is that consciousness? It is feeling absence of all things. And from there, when I expand myself in cosmic consciousness, I do not know. There is no mind or intellect which can capture what I am experiencing in the second stage of deep sleep. In dream at least, there is dream world, dream identity, there is dream body with which I identify and experience the joys and sorrows of dream world. I experience. I am in that consciousness. I alone see, I alone perceive it, what I am experiencing. That is the story of my own, in my mind, which is creating. Mind itself is projecting pictoriously what I have experienced in the past. The reflections are pictoriously presenting themselves as the world that I see. I am in that state of consciousness. This waking come, this world is there. Are there different states of consciousness? Can we enter into higher state of consciousness? that higher state of consciousness. You go on, these are lower states of consciousness we are passing through, and suddenly entering the 10th door within every day to become one with the universal consciousness, and again shrinking back and projecting back to the bodily existence again. Every day we are passing through. But here the consciousness goes on shrinking, and different lower levels of consciousness we are passing through. Still lower are there. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Patala, and all these planes of consciousness which are not accessible to us, even if we are spiritually awakened, even if we are realized God. We can go to higher levels of consciousness from where human existence, but not to, by grace of God, or by, if Divine Mother takes us to those levels of consciousness, just to experience, just to give knowledge of those levels of consciousness, it is good. Otherwise we won't be able to see what is there, how is it. Nor the scriptures or the seers give us information about the lower centers of consciousness. Higher, bhu, bhuva, swaha, mahajana, tapasatyam. These are possible ranges. Beyond is the absolute existence. So, in higher levels of consciousness, what do we experience? When my consciousness raises to heart, to throat, to our Ajna Chakra, what do we experience? What are those levels of consciousness? First, we try to, when mind is filled with divine and we get a little taste of spiritual life, for any reason, maybe I am disappointed in the world, I may be fulfilled in all the desires of the world and nothing more. I have seen and tasted the world and, oh, this is insipid for me. I don't need this. I want eternal bliss. I want eternal peace. I am searching for something which is not going to be snatched away from me at any rate. Then, or maybe sudden transformation, seeing some scene like Buddha. For whatever reason, we turn to God. For reason is immaterial, but the evolution begins. When our consciousness, somehow awareness, I have awareness with prajna, body, pranas, senses, mind, intellect, buddhi, manas buddhi is the last belonging to Prakriti. There are different layers that I have. After that is prajna, which is no man's land between the spiritual existence and physical existence, bodily existence. Three bodies, bodily existence and spiritual. Between is the no man's land called prajna. This awareness, I am aware, awareness. This awareness is independent of mind. Mind is still outer cover after the intellect. So in prajna, you will see that you land in internally when the taste comes, and then we find I have to meditate, I have to go for doing some spiritual practices now. Time is flying away, life is going off. I have not attained anything in my life. When person comes to know, little by little he starts doing practices, spiritual practices, then he will see that he is able to slowly peep inside himself. He has never turned himself inside. He was all through looking at the external world. When he thinks of God also, he is seeing outside only. God is outside, He is there as it is. He doesn't then also. We tell again and meditate in your heart. But we accustomed to object and subject. We make the God object, stand outside, I am sitting here and looking at God. Meditation also, most of the people are unable to turn inward and see the God within. They themselves enter into the bodily existence, like separating from body as if we are separating in dream. When we are asleep, we are moving about in dream somewhere. Body is lying down. But in meditation, we are not able to do. To turn inward and go. We go this way, sit, like taking the vehicle reverse in the garage, ready to go all the time. We don't turn inward. The turning inward is a technique where I am entering myself, diving within myself, sinking within myself. So, just like you enter into sleep, you withdraw yourself, turn inward and start diving within. The moment you cross your bodily existence, you start feeling how far is my body, you will not know. But you will be hearing the sound, outer sound, people coming, going, everything you are understanding. But how am I? Where is my body? Because it has become so still and silent that I am not able to perceive its existence. You open eyes, I am there. Body is sitting there, motionless, absolutely. Then I have crossed the Annamaya Kosha. Then when I go still deeper, I will see that sounds slowly, people talking around, so many sounds coming, vehicle going, all these sounds start becoming feeble and feeble. Somebody is singing loudly in the next room, it looks like as if it's coming, small sound is coming from far off. Because you are diving within. Just like in sleep, anybody speaks by the side, sitting by sides, you will not hear. How the senses are withdrawn, you see? Like that, you are diving within. So, last the sound, all sounds stop. Now you see that you have entered, crossed the Pranamaya Kosha and entered the Manomaya Kosha. From here, you have to enter into the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. So, after crossing the barrier of mind, Manomaya is almost impossible. It takes years of sadhana. That is the spiritual awakening. He is internally, spirit awakens. I know clearly after that, I am not this body. He'll be sitting like sitting in a car. So, within 2-3 years, if a person sincerely struggles, he will be able to get the spiritual awakening. So, the turning inward and dive, but when after entering into the Manomaya Kosha, crossing the Pranamaya Kosha, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya. In Manomaya, there is no movements. There is absolute silence and stillness. Thoughts come and pass slowly without disturbing you. This is a beautiful state of consciousness, a higher consciousness of extreme vastness. When we enter into dream state and all, we are condensing. We are entering into smaller levels of here. My expansion is there, Manomaya Kosha. When I enter, I am vast. I become the mind myself, unlimited as if. So I experience, here we enter into absolute silence and stillness. This is silence and stillness, aware consciousness. I am conscious of the internal silence and stillness. After this, you see, now when you come out to normal activity of life, that lingers. The same state lingers and doesn't disturb anything of the external world. peacefully, joyfully, without getting affected, calmly, you will be able to handle everything, not get affected by anything. Any things happening in the world will not disturb you. Every event that passes in front of you will be like writing on water. As you write and go, it is getting erased. The events are just, without disturbing you, the events are passing. Somebody comes and scolds, somebody is sick, his leg is broken. It doesn't bother. Means he bothers, he takes care, he goes to the doctor, everything, but he is not disturbed. Inner silence and inner stillness is radiating through his mind. It is keeping him in a perfectly balanced state, always joyful, always smiling, always any condition, bodily condition, situation outside, people commenting and demanding and expecting so many things, nothing disturbs. So this stage, from this stage, you cannot go inward to spiritual awakening, because internal diving after this, getting inner stillness, is not possible without expanding outward. An important law. If you want to raise the height of a building, you have to expand the base. Expansion, otherwise it will be unstable. Expansion of base takes place through universal love, unconditional love for all, equanimity, everybody's mind. This another state of consciousness. As he goes inward, he starts expand. He cannot go inside. There is a demand. Oh, expand, expand. His heart has to expand. He must be able to love all. Now he is not getting disturbed by anything. Mother has taken him to that level of giving that grace, that you are not disturbed by the external world. So you feel about others, you feel about, oh, I have some duty in this world. Just to love, wherever I can, I serve. Wherever I can't, I see people suffering or needing something, I pray and offer my prayers at the feet of God to help them. When we go sometime in car, I see some dogs completely, skin has gone, scratching. They don't have food proper, and he is struggling on the street. I can't do anything. Not even give it biscuits. I don't have anything to give her to. I have only one thing, to pray to God to help that dog. Oh Lord, give that strength to bear all those sufferings, let it exhaust its karmas and quickly attain relief and get the human body again to work on a higher, good way of living and sacrifice. So this expansion is a sacrifice where a level of consciousness, he starts loving everyone. See where love manifests. It is at this stage. So love appears at a higher level of consciousness after the inner stillness and inner silence you discover. After that, you will see that you are externally expanding, your love is manifesting slowly. Here you see another state. You slowly, the divine awareness gets converted into the presence of divine, God with you. you get some understanding and link to the God, who is the indweller in all beings. When this awareness comes, the divine love appears in the Jiva's heart. Love for God, unconditional love for all beings. It begins always with love of beings. And then you see that slowly your inside, intuitively, you are able to perceive. You may not be able to see, but feel the presence of God. Perception is there, as if in darkness you are touching someone and understanding a human being is here. So that kind of perception of God, very clear but not yet seen, you feel. And all this, throughout lives of lives, He was your companion. He was with you. You were indifferent to Him. The inner call was constantly going on. The flute of Krishna was constantly going on within. We did not listen. He was calling us from within. We were looking outside and we were telling to God, Yake Mukhanadayo. Yake Mukhanadayo. He's telling God. God is calling from within. But we never listened. We never turned to Him. He's calling, He's waiting. We are busy in the world with so many things and enjoyments, and at last we say, Yake Mukhanadiyo. It's a pity. But God never asks, Yake Kivudanadiyo. He will not ask. Why did you not listen to my words? Why are you running into the world? Except calamities. What will you see here? What else you can see? When you are I'm calling you, you are not listening and running into the world. And only thing, you have to face yourself now. So here we see the divine love at what stage. Here, one thing that you see is you are not affected by anything happening. It is every event that passes in life is like writing on water. One side you are going on writing, other side is getting erased and going away. It is not there, what you have written on the letter. You will go on writing. Like a boat passes, there will be a line drawn. As the boat passes, a line you can see and disappearing, appearing and disappearing. It is no more there. Like that will be events passing in life. One thing. Second thing is, your consciousness has reached, expanded to the universe level and linking with the divine, Ishvara, the Lord of the universe. It is linking. It is able to, just like that cockroaches will have sensors. There's two mustache with which it will sense what is there, who are there, nothing, everything. Like that, that sensors will grow to perceive God. You come in direct contact with the divine. You will understand what is Chaitanya. Ishvara, what is Ishvara, Lord of the all-pervading consciousness. What is that all-pervading consciousness? What is consciousness? Then a little understanding of himself. Oh, this body is something. I'm just wrapping myself. This is my sheath covering me. This is wrapper, external wrapper. Everyday nature is separating me to make me understand I have a self, independent, it is imperishable. So an understanding of himself and of the Lord comes. Here comes the love of God and love of humanity, love of all beings and love of nature. Here it appears. Love, you see, what in an evolved state the love of God appears. It is not something, how many years of struggle, giving up all things, sacrificing everything, then but how you are transcending the nature and going beyond, you see. Nature cannot bind you anymore with birth or death and full exemption. You can do anything in this universe, go anywhere, take any number of births if you want, and you can leave the body at any time. Ichha mrityu, ichha janma, ichha sukha, ichha dukkha, whatever you want. The nature cannot impose upon you. That mukti is from nature. I am entering into a life eternal of bliss absolute. So here we see the love of God is making me, that is the locomotive engine which is going to drag the rest of the train through the long journey of sadhana. It is this we have to mount upon. The next consciousness we are going to have is the cosmic consciousness. The whole world, all beings, I am totally, my body is offered back into the, I have taken some part, mind, body and all this and telling myself, I am this, I am this, I am this in waking state. What a madness, you see. Purushottamanaji Maharaj, when he was there in Bangalore, he went once, he was dean of mental hospital, was a devotee of the ashrama. Purushottamanaji, somehow he got a mind to see how they will be. Monks have some kind of affiliation for these things. Then he asked, can you show me the mental hospital once? He said, yes, Swamiji, please come. And then he was taken, one senior most mad person. He is the one who is going to guide Purushottamanaji. And doctor is busy. He called him and he is there for many years. He knows the case of everyone. What disease, what problem, what is it. But he is also mad. Then he was talking and explaining. One person is sitting on the table and shaking the leg, tick, tick, making sound, and hand, he showed tick, 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 tick. Then that person is explaining Purushottamanaji. He was a watch repairer. Watch repairer. He thinks himself a clock now. Watch repairer, and he had got recently married. Or he left that job and wanted to have his own watch shop. He was a watch repairer in some shop. He knew everything. He's a repairer, you see. So he got some dowry and all. He wanted to invest and make a shop, and he took on rent one shop, bought lot of, they give on with hopes that he will return. Some loan also he took and made all arrangement, make a shop, and nicely it was working in Chickpet, Badapet area, Bangalore. And then it was nicely working, and after 8 months, he had, father-in-law had given him a motorcycle also, apart from dowry. And he has to go and come home. 8 months after, one day when he goes, he sees that somebody has opened the shop at night and taken away everything. he becomes nervous. How much of investment, how much loans to be repaid from relatives, friends, he has taken so much of money. And then he goes home and reports. Immediately his wife leaves and goes away. She says, no, I am not going to stay in this house anymore. He becomes stark mad. He will be admitted to the mental hospital after many months of treatment. He will not become. Now he himself has become clock. Tick, 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 he will be doing. He thinks himself to be a clock now. Just like we are thinking we are bodies. There is no difference between him and us. We are thinking, what a madness, you see. Nature takes us, separates us every day from this body. Again waking up, I say, I am this. Same thing is happening. When will this madness go and know myself independent of body? So we raise to the cosmic consciousness, slowly. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.